never done it, so I don't know the answer to that question. But
Yeah. I mean, that's always the. Well, I mean, it's the same way in soccer too. Like, would JJ rather be chilling tonight in Columbus, or would he rather be playing a full 90 here tonight?
Yeah.
No deal.
And so I do think when you're young, you prefer to be here and get games and get minutes. When you get a little bit older, it's like, you know, time to be where you have a chance to make it.
Fair enough.
Young players need, and probably young referees need minutes to develop. Then you just want to be where, even if it's less play, you have a chance to be in the big time.
Right. Makes sense. Fish. Sorry. 4 minutes, copy that. That's how you know you're in the South. What's the first double-digit number? Is it 10 or is it 10?
They're about to turn the lights out.
Lights.
Hey, Furco, you know anybody we can tell to turn the lights on at this stadium? They literally ought to be turning on the lights.
Yeah, we were joking about it at first, but
I'll see if Clayton's here. And yeah, he is. I'll let him know. I'll be back in a second.
just a heads up.
Literally, I don't think anybody noticed that they didn't have the lights on.
I didn't either until you said something. Wow, North Carolina and Atlanta are 4-2 at the break. Good grief. Is defense optional in that contest, or 6 goals inside of 41 minutes? Nah, Wallace scored in the 45th. Check it. 6 goals inside of 45, still pretty outrageous. There were 6 goals in 45 minutes tonight. The truck down there would be losing their minds.
So might one of the coaches.
That's a good point.
I think the Atlanta coach has lost his already too.
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh, more water for the field. Sunny day. We got to water it a second time before the match.
One minute, copy that. 2 games into this 3-game homestand, it's been nothing but celebrations for Birmingham Legion. Tonight they try to keep the good vibes rolling as they close this homestand out against regional rivals Charlotte Independence, as we get ready for another Saturday night in the USL Championship. What a lovely shot of BBVA Field, nestled right into the south side of downtown Birmingham, Alabama. Our host for tonight's contest between Charlotte Independence and Birmingham Legion FC. Good evening, everybody. Blake Gardner joined by Mike Gibman. Excited to have you with us on this Saturday night. And Mike, this is going to be one of the games of the week in the USL Championship. Plenty on the line for both teams.
Two really hot teams. Both have been playing really well as of late. Should be a great match. It's really a battle for playoff position. Can't wait to see it.
Charlotte above that playoff line right now. Birmingham Legion trying to catch them on the end of this July homestand. And as we transition to get a look at our key players tonight, let's start with the visitors from Charlotte Independence. Enzo Martinez has been the engine of this club, Mike. He's been borderline unstoppable this summer.
Yeah, he's been really fun to watch. 2 goals, 6 assists, 40-something chances created. The man is just involved in everything, and he's been a real impact player for the Independents.
He's turned it up along with his brother Alex Martinez. Together they have keyed this attack for Charlotte Independence, an attack that posted 4 against Birmingham Legion in the Queen City last time these two sides matched up. On the other side for Birmingham Legion, you get a look at Brian Wright, who's scored 2 consecutive weeks. Mike, he's provided a spark for Legion's offense on the other end.
He's been really fun to watch. He's been scoring goals. His touch has been fantastic. Physically, he's just been a beast, out-manning people all over the field. He's been very fun to watch.
Between he and J.J. Williams up top, it's 2 big bodies who lead the way from the striker position for Birmingham Legion. They poured in 4 last week. They're going to try to keep the goals flowing on this Saturday night. Just about ready for soccer from the Magic City, downtown Birmingham, Alabama. Second half surges have been the theme for both of these 2 clubs. Charlotte unbeaten in their last 8. Birmingham has won 2 straight. Whose surge continues tonight? We'll find out next.
BBVA, transforming banking to put the world's opportunities in your hands. BBVA Compass is now BBVA, creating opportunities.
Coors Light is cold filtered for brightness and clarity. The world's most refreshing beer, Coors Light.
Here's a look at downtown Birmingham. Coming in from Avondale, you get a look at the historic Sloss Furnace, not too far from BBVA Field in Birmingham, Alabama, as we get ready for Charlotte Independence and Birmingham Legion FC. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Getman. Time to get a look at each side starting 11 tonight. Let's begin with the visitors. Mike, Charlotte Independence under Coach Mike Jeffries have been rolling beatless in 8 straight, and this has been pretty similar to the lineup they've used.
Well, Coach Jeffries seems to have found the lineup that fits this team. Herrera and Aduro up top, 2 extremely experienced center forwards, both big-time goal scorers. Martinez in attacking midfield scores goals, creates goals. He's just a beast all over the field. Kevon George, who tends to be their defensive midfielder, is also a very experienced player, a number of years in MLS. This is a very experienced team.
On the other side for Birmingham Legion under head coach Tom Sohn, he's used more of this 4-4-2 recently, and it's paid dividends for Birmingham Legion, especially on this homestand.
Well, this team has found its way. There's no question. They're all playing well. Williams and Wright up top have been a great combination and finding the back of the net. Prosper Kasim in attacking midfield has done well. It'll be fun to see Asiedo starting this match in defensive midfield and Mikey Lopez moving to the right back. That'll be an interesting move, see how that plays out.
Those are the two major changes. Femi Hollinger-Jansen had been the starting right back for Birmingham Legion recently. He did make the 18, but is not in the starting 11. There's Charlotte Independence coach Mike Jeffries in his 5th total season as the head man of Charlotte Independence, but the recent general manager took over midway through this 2019 campaign after 4 seasons on the helm prior. On the other hand, coach Tom Sohn, of course, in his first season at the helm of this expansion Birmingham Legion side, best known for his stints in the MLS with Chicago Fire, Dallas Burn, and as a head coach at DC United. There's our official tonight, Laurent Varga, the New Yorker, gets his 13th head referee assignment in the USL Championship this year. This will be the second time he sees Charlotte Independence. So far, 41 yellow cards given out by Mr. Varga, 3 red cards, and 4 PKs. It's Christmas in July. That's the theme across the way for Magic City Brigade, so plenty of short sleeves as the temperatures are warm on this Saturday night. Plenty of excitement on the far side as well. There's Charlotte Independence in their change white strips with blue shorts and blue socks. Meanwhile, Birmingham Legion in their home black kits with white socks and white shorts. Mike, that's the look they've been going with all throughout this homestand. So far, it's netted them 2 wins, a full 6 points. They're trying to make it a perfect homestand tonight.
They may choose to stay in black kit all year long because they've been hot in it the last couple weeks. We'll see whether it's their play or the kits that matter today.
Injury report tonight brought to you by Viva Health. Of course, Birmingham Legion without the services of Chandler Hoffman, their star forward, tore his PCL at the beginning of this homestand and will miss the remainder of the 2019 campaign. Gaio Mabiala also remains on the injured list with a hurt ankle. On the other side for Charlotte Independence, Jake Orman was questionable coming into the night. He did make the game day 18. Meanwhile, Andrew Gutman is still on loan across the pond to Celtic FC. Just about ready to go tonight from downtown Birmingham, Alabama, just under 90 degrees. As we wait for the official, Laurent Varga, and his whistle to get things going tonight. One of the games of the week in the USL Championship, playoff hoops on the line between Birmingham Legion FC and Charlotte Independence. Game on from the Magic City.
Interesting to see that right away Legion gave the ball to Mikey Lopez in that right back spot, maybe get him a touch or two and get him comfortable in a position that he has not played so far this season.
Early attack for Legion. Brian Wright just missed that ball. Here's Aravo onto it. His shot is blocked, and Brandon Miller has to come out and collect as Legion went forward quickly.
Good attack and a good chance just 20 seconds into the match. Certainly shows us that Legion didn't come to sit back and defend.
Charlotte now with a chance to collect their thoughts and a bit of possession as well. This is Afram Taku, the Albanian 29-year-old. Once again in the starting 11 for Charlotte Independence. Consistency has been the theme ever since Mike Jeffries retook the reins for this Independence club. They have been unbeaten in 8 straight, or as they like to say, beatless in 8 straight. They try to extend that streak to 9 tonight. Here on the road against Birmingham, the second time these two clubs have met, as Joel Johnson brings that out of the air.
They're on 2 interesting streaks. They've certainly been unbeaten in the last 8, but they also have not yet won a match on the road this entire season. So there's a positive and a negative streak for them so far.
It'll be Legion to throw it in. Zach Aravo, the 23-year-old on loan from New England Revolution, leaves it for Mikey Lopez, who is making his first start tonight of the year at right back. The usual defensive midfielder, sometimes playing that number 8 role in the midfield, is playing fullback tonight with Femi Hollinger-Jansen still trying to return from an injury he suffered last week in the match against Atlanta United 2. It'll
be interesting to see how Mikey Lopez plays that position. He's certainly a very tough tackling defensive player, but as we saw the last 2 or 3 weeks, he also likes to get forward, and so he can be a player that gets into the attack and really gets forward from that position.
Lopez does get forward up that flank, causing a little bit of trouble as it'll just be another Charlotte throw. Our keys to the match tonight are brought to you by Bare Naked Noodles. And Mike, as we get a look, let's start with Charlotte Independence first. What do they need to do tonight to come away successfully?
This is a team that wants to play soccer. They want to keep possession of the ball. The more they can keep it, the more they dictate how the game is played. They also like to get their outside backs into the attack. We'll see how much they're able to do that tonight. For Legion FC, I think it's really about keeping the momentum. They've had 2 great wins in a row, 2 shutouts. They also want to take as many shots as they can and make Miller, the goalkeeper for the Independents, as big a part of this game as possible. He's been a little bit inconsistent over the last few weeks.
Brandon Miller now making his 9th straight start, 14th overall this year for Charlotte Independence. Those keys to the match brought to you once again by Bare Naked Noodles. Pasta so good it doesn't need to get dressed in Birmingham. Here's Herrera trying to fight off Laurent, and Herrera wins his side of throw according to the near linesman. Zach McWhorter tonight. Ryan Starr is on the opposite side, and our 4th official is Peter Gonzalez. So you get a look at our head ref, Laurent Varga.
He's changed it and given the ball to Legion correctly so. Laurent knocked that ball off of Herrera's leg as it went out of play.
Martinez brings it down, holding off Brian Wright. Was it kept in play by Johnson? According to the linesman, it was. And Charlotte switch it all the way across the park to Monsale. Lopez in a defending position on that far side as the play is switched all the way across to Alex Martinez. Martinez on his feet, plays to his brother Enzo. Gets it back. Enzo Martinez goes down. A little nudge, but referee says nothing. Just a goal kick, as it was Anderson Asiedu who challenged Martinez right in the area.
A little bit of a scary moment. He definitely made contact. Was it side to side, shoulder to shoulder? It looked like it might have been. No call from the official, but those are always scary moments in the box.
Hard to tell from that angle we got there. Anderson Asiedu making his first start for Birmingham Legion FC this year after coming over from Atlanta United 2. 23-year-old's got a tough task tonight, marking Enzo Martinez, the man we highlighted in the open. As the flag goes up for offside against Birmingham Legion, it'll just be a Charlotte free kick. Between Enzo Martinez, who we highlighted, and his brother Alex Martinez, those two have combined to create 73 chances for Charlotte Independence so far this year. And those two have combined for 11 of the 21 total assists registered by Charlotte in 2019. Here's Enzo Martinez right now, trying to play it through. Nicely done by Lopez to cut it out.
The Independents have created a lot of chances. They haven't been a great finishing team this season so far, although the last 8 or 9 games that's kind of changed. But they've always created chances to score. They've had a lot of possession. Possession by itself doesn't win games, and chances by itself doesn't win games. You've got to hit the back of the net. They've been doing it the last 2 or 3 games.
First touch for Prosper Kasim tonight as he switches all the way across to Mikey Lopez. Lopez with time and space. And black jerseys moving forward. Low-driven ball headed away, but finds Daniel Johnson. Johnson gets it back into the mix to Brian Wright, and it's played all the way back to Miller, who sends it away.
Great win in the air by Matthew Laurent, not just winning the ball, but nodding it to a teammate, keeping possession. That was really well done while under pressure.
Laurent's been excellent in the air so far this year. Team high 48 aerial duels won in 2019 as Lopez gets up the right touchline. Trying to connect with Williams. That pass just a bit too far. Duro under pressure wins Charlotte Independence a throw. Both sides trying to settle in early on. And a very, very meaningful match. USLChampionship.com dubbed it one of the most important matches on the docket. That's USL Week 20, Week 21, I should say. Birmingham Legion's 2-game win streak has put them right back in the mix of the playoff fringes. Charlotte Independence right above the playoff line. entering this week for the first time since March, thanks to their recent streak of remaining unbeaten.
If you go back 5 weeks, nobody would have been talking about either of these teams as a playoff contender. But both these teams have played so well recently, not just being a team that could get into the playoffs, but both teams have performed like groups that have a chance to make a run in these playoffs.
Charlotte coming off a midweek match on a Wednesday, about 170 miles east of here against Atlanta United 2. That match ended in a 2-2 draw. One of 9 draws Charlotte have had so far this year. That's a USL Championship high. Wright tries to flick it over the top into the run of J.J. Williams. Williams just able to keep it in play. Lopez connects with Arivo. Kasim turns, playing 1-2 with Johnson, just a bit too heavy. But a nice idea as the two midfielders for Legion try to combine near the area.
Last week, at the start of the match, we talked about the attacking mentality of this Legion team and how they needed to keep that going. One of the keys to the game was attack, attack, attack. This week, come out against maybe the most experienced team in the league, Charlotte Independence, and I was really curious to see whether they might take a slightly different approach. But in these first 10 minutes, they've certainly been attacking, 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 and they've already created several good chances.
There's Kyle Fisher, the 2015 ACC Defender of the Year, once again in a center back position in this starting 11 for Legion. He and Mathieu Laurent, the two center backs for Birmingham Legion tonight. Laurent, of course, on the team of the week this past week for his corner kick goal scored against Atlanta United 2. One of 4 Birmingham Legion dropped on ATL 2. Lopez looking for the run of Williams, but Lopez couldn't quite keep it in play along that touchline.
Last week was a fun game for the Legion. Certainly 4 goals. They played against one of the youngest teams in the league, an inexperienced group all over the field, and even the coach was a first-year coach in the league. This Independence team is almost the exact opposite, a very experienced, much older team, lots of 20 and even 30-year-old players, and the head coach, Mike Jeffries, one of the most experienced coaches in the league as well.
Can Joel Johnson run it down? He can. How do Legion apply some high pressure to try to trap Charlotte in this corner? They do. Here's Anderson Asiedu. Kasim to Arivo. Arivo able to keep possession under pressure. Johnson gets it back to it. Here's Brian Wright. Wright cuts inside looking for help. Switches all the way across to Lopez. Good possession here for Legion. Even better ball from Kasim to pick out the run of Culbertson up the left flank. Culbertson's driven ball is headed away from danger. But Arivo and Lopez able to run it down only just. Here's Martinez trying to play the long ball forward to play in Jorge Herrera. Kyle Fisher is there.
Behind the play, Mikey Lopez has stayed down. So as one of the Independence players, I can't see his number yet. But hard tackle right outside the box.
Looks like Dominic Oduro, who's gingerly getting to his feet as Lopez remains on the turf.
Oduro won the ball. Mikey Lopez was coming in hard for the tackle. I don't think he got much other than the leg, and they both feeling the effects.
Oduro did get plenty of the ball, but maybe on second look there, plenty of Lopez as well.
Both men just going hard to get to the ball. Oduro got to it first, and Mikey kicked him right in the leg. I'm sure lots of pain for both of them, but they're both back up and moving, so that's good to see.
12th minute, no score between Birmingham Legion and Charlotte Independence. That's Mathieu Laurent plays Kyle Fisher. Fans, you can follow all the Legion FC information in one place. That's the Legion FC app. Download it today. Available on both iOS and Android. Once again, the Legion FC app, the only app that says hammer down. Another Charlotte Independence throw. Coach, we talked to Charlotte head man Mike Jeffries, brought it up earlier, that he was maybe a little frustrated his team didn't collect a full 3 points in the midweek against Atlanta United 2, but it just seems, especially across all the league USL Championship, that those midweek matchups have been a little hit or miss as Martinez is one-on-one with Culbertson, plays the early ball towards Oduro. Oduro runs it down. Here's Enzo Martinez. Well done by Kasim, tracking back in defense. It's one back though. Here's Oduro. Martinez. Against two black shirts. Plays all the way back to Monsale. Lopez trying to save a corner and does. It's just a throw, and the fans appreciate the effort.
Lopez hasn't played in that role as a right back before, but he certainly looks comfortable and knows what he's doing back there.
Monsale, the 30-year-old, connects with Oduro, gets it right back. And referee says corner. Points to the flag. First corner for either side tonight. Belongs to the visitors for the Queen City. Good chance for Charlotte to perhaps create their first real scoring opportunity of the evening.
They scored off of set pieces in the first match with Legion, but this is a much bigger, and I would even say much better organized defensive unit than the last time.
Martinez with a low delivery, and it's flicked just beyond the back post. A golden opportunity goes missing for Charlotte.
Looked like Matthew Laurent got picked off and then was chasing his man all the way across on that play. I don't think we can see the pick off of that play, but you do see the opportunity. Great flick just past the post. Legion catch a break.
That was Hugh Roberts, the 26-year-old, who's listed at 6'4". Got his head to it, just couldn't redirect it inside the sticks. So Legion maybe catch a bit of a break there, as Charlotte do end up generating an excellent chance off the set piece. There's Asiedu. As we approach the quarter-hour mark of the first half, both sides seem to have settled in nicely. Legion thus far have had the more meaningful possession in the opponent's half, but it's Charlotte, after that last corner kick, that have generated the best scoring chance for either side in the early aughts of this one. Make no bones about it, Mike. This is a tough matchup, coming back almost exactly 72 hours after you played a hard-fought full 90-minute match against Atlanta United 2 if you're Charlotte. That game took out a lot of energy, I'm sure, out of this Charlotte side.
It's always tough to play back-to-back games. At this level, 72 hours is just not enough rest for players. This is a very experienced Charlotte team. They've been through these kind of matches and matchups before. Players know what they're doing, but especially in the second half, those legs start to get heavy. I don't think there's any question that the short rest for them will make a difference in the game.
Johnson all the way back to Kyle Fisher. Out wide, Mikey Lopez has found some space up that right side so far tonight, as Erevo's ball is just a bit too long. Brandon Miller is there, the 29-year-old from the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. Former USL goalkeeper of the year back in 2015. Here's Monsale. Out wide to Oduro. Referee plays the advantage as Monsale is down behind the play. Ball delivered in, is sent away by Laurent. Monsale is still down, but now slowly getting to his feet on the far side. Here's Alex Martinez. Joel Johnson. Good string of possession here from Charlotte. Can they turn it into a chance? Monsale lets fly with his left. Martinez got a deflection. Asiedu runs it down, at least gets it out of the area.
Great composure, a little bit scary under pressure. Got away with it. at least for the moment, had kept possession.
Johnson finds Osiedu in the middle of the park, and now Legion with a chance to move forward quickly. Here's Arivo. 3 black shirts in front of him, still moving forward. He plays out wide to Lopez. Lopez trying to connect with Williams, not quite. Arivo cutting inside, still Arivo. Great work by Arivo. Here's Lopez. Lopez with a low driven ball, and it's sent just over the end line for a corner.
Brian Wright had made a really good run to the back post. Mikey Lopez ended up taking one more touch, and then the gap was closed, but another very good scoring chance. We'll see it. There's Mikey Lopez trying to serve it in, but the defense had already gotten back. Well defended.
Good work by Aaron Mon, the 28-year-old from the Notre Dame. 12th overall pick by Toronto FC in the 2012 MLS Super Draft. First set piece opportunity for Birmingham Legion tonight. Kasim to send it in with his left. Arivo tried to get a front post flick. Now trying to run down the loose ball, does so. Kasim still on it with bodies still forward. Fisher out wide, Arivo.
Lots of black shirts in and around the box. A lot of players committed into the attack for Legion.
Arivo trying to decide whether to loft one in the area or not. Here's Williams. Lopez. Good work by Charlotte, staying organized defensively even after the set piece. Arivo couldn't quite combine with Kasim. He goes down. Referee with a late whistle, and now does give Legion a free kick.
He had to think about that one. No question it was a foul. Not sure if he needed a moment to process or just missed it and got word from one of the assistant referees, but no question that Arivo was tripped up on that play, and that's why he lost possession.
Enzo Martinez having words with our official, as Herrera is called for the foul. And it didn't look like there was much there.
Well, when you see that replay, maybe Enzo Martinez has a reason to argue. From up here in the box, it certainly looked like a foul, but I don't think he got touched as we saw that replay. It's a nice break for Legion FC.
And a tough one for Charlotte as they concede a set piece opportunity. A 2-man wall for Charlotte with 2 black shirts standing over it, Osiedu and Culbertson for Legion. It'll be Culbertson to take it quickly after the whistle. Fisher couldn't quite get there. And it's another corner coming, this time for the near flag.
The play was well defended by Charlotte. A lot of people in the box. It was a really good ball served in. They just did a good job of everybody beating their man across and winning the ball in the air.
It'll be Anderson Osiedu to swing this one in. The first round pick by Atlanta United in the latest MLS Super Draft, only recently brought to Birmingham. Osiedu, the back post ball, nobody home. It's over everybody, as Laurent is able to run it down, keep it in play. Lopez plays that ball first time. Good one, but Miller is there on his near posts.
Miller did well to hold on to that. That was a tough ball, skipped right in front of him. If he'd have coughed it up, Brian Wright was sitting there waiting for it, but good clean hands by Miller.
Fan Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com, as Kasim's pass just a bit too heavy for Brian Wright.
We've seen that 2 or 3 times where they haven't quite connected on a through ball or on a cross, but there have been plenty of dangerous moments for Legion so far. They've played balls in behind the defense. They've served some good crosses in. They've been very active in the attacking third so far.
J.J. Williams is down behind the play. Charlotte opt to play forward. Here's Herrera. Out wide, Martinez. Plays a first-time ball into the area. Lopez sends it out for Charlotte's second corner as Williams just now gets to his feet. Not sure what happened behind the play. Didn't really get a good look at it, but Williams is back in the mix now.
Yeah, that replay shows us just got caught on the tackle as the player slid through the ball. Nothing nasty about it, just a good hard play. Unfortunately for J.J. Williams, he took a little blow on the foot.
Brian Wright sends this one away, as nothing comes of Charlotte's second corner kick of the evening. Saleh under pressure from Asiedu, sends it out wide. Martinez does well to bring it down, keep it in play. Here's into Martinez, looking for Don Maduro. Roberts, back to Martinez. Martinez, edge of the area against Lopez. Lopez lunges, gets a piece, and Kasim gets a piece as well. Good individual defending there. Still Charlotte maintaining possession. Lofted ball, Kyle Culbertson battling up high. And he runs it down as well. Good work one-on-one by Culbertson against Mond. And he does even better to pick out Prosper Kasim, who's off and running. Kasim plays through Brian Wright. Brian Wright right at Brandon Miller.
Really good attacking play from Legion FC. Started with Kyle Culbertson winning the ball in the air, then picking out a great pass to Prosper Kasim. And Kasim with a lovely ball over the top for Brian Wright, who makes the right decision, hitting it first time, not giving the keeper a chance to get set. Unfortunately, straight at Brandon Miller.
Williams called for the foul as Joel Johnson was coming up the right side. As we're just past the midway point of our first 45 this evening. Still scoreless between Legion and Independence. Saleh connects with Taku. Out wide, Joel Johnson, the 26-year-old Spaniard, back in the lineup after missing the midweek contest against Atlanta. Fans, Birmingham Legion entrust the care of its athletes to UAB's sports medicine team, and you should too. All of our doctors are fellowship trained and have extensive experience caring for patients of all ages. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a competitive athlete, come see UAB Sports Medicine so we can help get you back to your active lifestyle. One of our keys to the match tonight, Mike. Charlotte Independence. Would they be able to keep plenty of possession so far? What do you think they've done?
Yeah, I think they've done a good job. They haven't had as much possession as they're probably used to. They are outnumbered in the center and midfield. They've got 3, and Legion are playing with 4 in there, so that makes it difficult for them. They've had some balls in the back. They've gotten some passes wide. I think that they're probably satisfied, if not delighted, with the way they've possessed it so far.
Here's Hugh Roberts, whose flick almost found the back of the net. Would have given Charlotte an early lead. Asiedu supplies pressure, gets a toe in. Almost was off and running.
I think his quickness surprised some people there.
Oduro on the run, flag stays down, Van Oekel comes out to get it. Not sure if the flag would have gone up or not had Dominic Oduro run that down. But well done by Van Oekel, who is looking for his 3rd consecutive clean sheet on this homestand tonight. Legion's defense, which had been struggling through the early summer, has found its rhythm as of late.
That's really been a factor of a couple of things. Obviously, keeping possession and having more attacking play makes it easier on the defense. But I think Matt Van Oekel's been much more aggressive coming out and controlling balls all over his box. I think that's played a big role in those clean sheets.
Legion moving forward once again. Lopez plays it low. Daniel Johnson trying to get on the end of it. Centers it for Williams, who couldn't quite get there. Good work by, I believe, Mond, who was in there along with Roberts. Mond challenged the original pass from Johnson, and Roberts was able to send it away before Williams could get there.
Good defending in the end, but what quick feet from Daniel Johnson to take a touch and then cut it back to JJ so quickly as he's running off the field. That was really special.
Kasim holding off a defender. Able to keep possession, but can't turn. Johnson and Asiedu play 1-2. sides have had extended runs of possession so far in this first half. Not nearly as many turnovers as the first matchup between these two sides featured. Williams trying to turn, gets around a man, bodies go down, referee says play on. Williams still battling with Monsale, gets it back. Williams, a left-footed shot, partially deflected and in!
You could tell as soon as he got that ball, he wanted to cut it back onto his left foot. I don't know if Charlotte realized how good his left foot is. As soon as he found a little opening, he hammered that ball. Even the deflection couldn't keep it out of the net.
Third goal for J.J. Williams in Legion Black and Gold. And although it was deflected, it found its way in the back of the net. Fire up the Forge for the first time tonight. And once again, the home side are out front early.
This goal was just great individual effort. He froze a defender, hit a left-footed bomb. The deflection took some of the steam off of it, maybe gave it a little loft, but that ball was headed in the corner either way. Great strike from J.J. Williams.
Not much Brandon Miller could do about it. As J.J. Williams is the reason another ingot of iron comes out of the Forge in the Magic City tonight. Birmingham Legion 1, Charlotte Independence 0, just before the half-hour mark. For all the trouble that Legion had finding the back of the net at home early in this one, sometimes karma comes back around as that deflected shot finds its way in the back of the net. Asiedu forces a quick turnover. He's off and running. Out towards Williams again. Williams on his right this time. Let's fly.
J.J. Williams starting to feel it. He's always been a goal scorer ever since he was a young man. Mostly known for that left foot, but he can hit a ball with either. He's also a big man. He can hit it in the air, but he's starting to feel the confidence that you hope your center forwards will have.
The Alabama native, a first-round draft pick by Columbus Crew. The recent MLS Super Draft. This is his sixth start for Birmingham Legion FC. And Legion certainly happy to have him in the 11 once again. Aravo working forward. Has Lopez supplying width, tries to find Brian Wright. Good work by Roberts to body him up.
Wright and Williams have done a really nice job of making runs. They've been crisscrossing, they've been getting wide, they're making runs in behind. Very difficult for the center backs to know where they're going, to make decisions. Do I stay with my man? Do I follow him across? Do I leave him? They've been difficult to deal with so far tonight.
Fans, don't forget it's back to school night, presented by Pepsi. Next time Legion FC returns to BBVA Field on Saturday, August 17th to face Memphis 901 FC. Kickoff is 7 o'clock Central, but the Plaza festivities begin at 5:30. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com or on the Legion FC app. That's Saturday, August 17th at 7 p.m. Birmingham Legion FC against Memphis 901. A little under a quarter hour left in this first half. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Getman. Glad to have you with us. Birmingham Legion out front once again here at home, looking for their third consecutive win on this three-match homestand. Charlotte, meanwhile, trying to stay unbeaten in their 9th consecutive match, but they find themselves trailing here. Herrera trying to run onto that one. Instead, Kyle Fisher is there first, and Van Oekel sends it away. Asiedu under pressure from Martinez, gets it to Culbertson. Culbertson to Williams, who checked up nicely. Here's Johnson. Lopez. Aravo with Lopez providing the overlap. Johnson trying to play through Lopez. Monsale did well to beat him there. Lopez goes down, referee says corner. Looked like the right call. Monsale got plenty of the ball, but he remains down on the turf.
Monsale won the ball. I think as he went through the ball, he got a piece of Mikey Lopez, who ended up landing straight on him. And I think it was a little bit of Lopez to the head of Mansali that caused the injury here.
Mansali remains down on the turf, face down. It will have to be attended to by the medical staff. So a brief stoppage here. Fans, don't forget to tune into ESPN3 on July 31st at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central for a Wednesday night soccer contest in the land of enchantment. Two of the USL's newest clubs battle for playoff positioning as El Paso Locomotive FC travels to New Mexico United. See it all July 31st at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central on Wednesday night soccer on ESPN3. Good news for Charlotte as Mansali is at least upright and sitting now.
Most fans of these two clubs aren't going to make it out to New Mexico to watch that match, but it's an awesome place to watch a soccer game. It's a beautiful stadium, about 5,000 feet up, get a great view over the valley, and they pack that stadium. They've done a great job of attracting fans all season long.
Mansali makes his way off, the 30-year-old with over 140 MLS appearances to his name, most with New England Revolution. He assisted on one of the two Charlotte goals in the midweek against Atlanta United 2. He's off for the moment. Charlotte will temporarily play down a man. We'll hope Mansali will continue. Kasim, left-footed ball, punched away by Miller. Falls for Daniel Johnson, whose driven shot is wide.
Dangerous opportunity. Miller did well on the punch, but it did fall right to the feet of Daniel Johnson, and he hit it pretty well, just not as straight as he wanted it to go.
Second look at Johnson's strike. Somehow got all the way through the traffic without catching a deflection. But you're right, it was well hit.
Nikki Lopez winning his second duel in a row with Dominic Oduro.
Sasiadu goes through Martinez and is called for the foul. Charlotte wanted to play quickly. Referee is going to point them back to the location of the original infraction. But Ron Farga hasn't blown his whistle too many times tonight.
Both these teams clearly came to play soccer. Both teams like to put the ball down. They both try to play beautiful soccer. They're two strong, powerful teams. Certainly there's been some physical moments, but it hasn't been a dirty or chippy match in any way.
Johnson was off and running for a moment, now needs some support. And Legion opt to play back to the direction of Matt Van Okel. Fans, when you're busy shuttling kids to and from school, soccer practice, and everything in between, and don't always have time to cook a healthy meal many evenings, keep you and your family out of the drive-thru with MealFit, the official food sponsor of Birmingham Legion FC. MealFit makes life easier and healthier with delicious and balanced home-cooked meals prepared for life on the go. Learn more about MealFit and order online now at mealfit.co. That's mealfit.co. Lopez beats one defender, turns it up the field, looks for the run of Brian Wright. Roberts is there first and does well to head it towards a white shirt. Williams is on it though, dispossesses Mansali. Williams trying to get around him. Not quite, as Mansali recovers right in front of the flag.
Mansali's a really experienced defender, did a great job there. Showed his composure, even under pressure from JJ. Just calmly kept the ball and got out of trouble.
JJ Williams has made, as we mentioned, 6 starts for Birmingham Legion so far this year, but also 7 appearances for Columbus Crew at the MLS level. As Laurent tries to pick out Brian Wright, making the diagonal run. Wright keeps it in play, leaves it for Johnson. Culbertson couldn't quite keep that inside the touchline. Martinez connects with Herrera. Good work by Mathieu Laurent. And he finds Brian Wright.
Great defensive job, and then really well done to find a connecting pass and keep possession afterwards.
Harsh tackle there. Kasim goes down at the hands of Kevon George.
That's one of those moments where maybe you see a little bit of fatigue from the game earlier in the week. Kevon George, normally a very quick-footed player, just seemed a step slow and a step late getting to that ball.
8th start of the year for Kevon George, the 29-year-old, originally from Trinidad and Tobago. Another super draft pick by the Columbus Crew. There's Lopez who cuts it inside. Lopez leaves it for Kasim. Kasim out wide, J.J. Williams. Williams with a left-footed ball. Back post, nobody home. Fans, don't forget you can follow Birmingham Legion, Charlotte Independence, and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+, and watch the championship live every single week. Sign up today at espnplus.com. A little over 6 minutes left till halftime. I'd imagine we'll have at least a minute or two of stoppage time based on the injuries we've had and a couple of goals, or 1 goal scored, I should say. Johnson, first touch failed him there. Throw in for Legion coming.
Fans definitely enjoying this match so far tonight.
Enjoyed the match. They've enjoyed the homestand. Birmingham Legion started this homestand July 13th with a 1-0 win over North Carolina FC, who at last check was taken at 2, Atlanta United 2. And the homestand heroics continued last Saturday. Birmingham Legion took out Atlanta United 2 by a score of 4-0. Counting the goal scored tonight, Legion have scored 6 times and conceded nothing. Charlotte, of course, trying to change that. Martinez trying to connect with his brother unsuccessfully. It's Daniel Johnson who comes up with the interception, but Charlotte win it right back. Good work by Joel Johnson to track back. Here's Oduro. Dominic Oduro with space, finds Herrera. Herrera through 1 defender, couldn't quite get around the second. Referee tells him to get to his feet after Daniel Johnson left his to win that ball back.
The referee's telling him to get up, but I don't think it was a dive. I don't think it was a foul either. I think Daniel Johnson got the ball and then the man, but no question there was some contact.
There's Dominic Oduro once more. Playing towards Alex Martinez. Martinez against Culbertson. Cuts it through the gap. Enzo Martinez with a chance to turn his centering ball. Laurent got a foot to it. Culbertson got a head to it, and Asiedu sends it away.
Good team defending. Dangerous moment for Legion FC. Lots of players back and everybody making good, simple decisions to get that ball out of trouble.
Another early ball from Martinez, headed away by Laurent. Brian Wright able to bring it under control for Legion. Gets around Roberts, plays it early towards J.J. Williams. Williams just able to keep it in play. It's Mansali who leaves his feet, Legion throw.
J.J. had seen that play before. Mansali came through hard earlier. Here's the defensive moment earlier. Kyle Culbertson doing well to win it in the air, and Asiedo doing a great job making a decision to just get it out of trouble and not take any risks.
Charlotte with an encouraging bit of possession there going forward. So Martinez inside the area is always a dangerous proposition for anybody. Multiple-time Team of the Week honoree this year. Williams heads it towards Arivo. Lovely by Williams. Arivo still with it. Dribbles out, opts not to challenge down the end line. Here's Kasim. Kasim on his left lets it fly right at Miller, who almost bobbled it into the waiting feet of Brian Wright.
That right there is a little bit of why we talked about Miller and his inconsistency being a potential factor in this game. We've seen him handled 2 balls really well on difficult balls that skipped in front of him, and then what seemed like a simple catch gets away from him, could have given a second chance to Legion FC.
Herrera gets a touch. Here's Enzo Martinez. Good work by Fisher to get a stud to that one. Kevin George out wide for Oduro. Oduro one-on-one in space with Lopez. Oduro's right-footed shot. Van Oekel is there to hold it.
I believe that's the first save for Matt Van Oekel in this 45 minutes.
I believe you're right. Van Oekel, the 32-year-old, making his 15th start of the year. Came over after a season spent with Oklahoma City Energy in the USL's Western Conference. Williams once again flicks it to a black shirt. This is Brian Wright. Wright couldn't quite get it to Arivo as George is there to supply the interception. And a throw-in coming after Arivo couldn't keep it in play. So far, Legion holding the slight edge in possession, but a rather strong edge in both aerial duels and overall duels in the middle of the park. Mike, you pointed it out early on. Legion, with that numbers advantage in midfield, has been able to have more meaningful possession than Charlotte to this point.
They just seem, they've not only had more of the possession, but they've just been a little quicker to make decisions, a little quicker to challenge balls, a little quicker to every 50-50 ball. They've won, I believe, about 75% of the duels in this match, and it's simply because they're quicker to everything. Again, I think that midweek match in Atlanta has slowed this Independence team down just a little bit. But also give credit to Legion. They've just been really sharp and really quick all over the field. They've been aggressive to everything. It's not just that the Independents are tired. Legion have just been very sharp these last 3 weeks, every single game.
Here's Brian Wright, holds off a defender, plays towards Zach Arivo. Arivo down the right side. Trying to chip towards Brian Wright, not quite on the same page with those two.
Again, Miller bobbles what should be simple, and he's giving it away.
J.J. Williams trying to chip the keeper, not successful the first time, and Williams has his second deflected out for a corner. Dangerous moments for Brandon Miller. Goodness.
Brandon Miller, he's one of those keepers. He makes some great plays. He does some really nice things. But once in a while, he just has these little slip-ups, and he's had a couple tonight that he hasn't yet been punished for.
1 minute of stoppage time. Our stoppage time is brought to you by UAB Medicine this evening, as Legion are basically gifted another set-piece opportunity here right at the death of this first half. It's a crowded area near the 6-yard box right now as Kasim readies his delivery. High and towards the back post. Miller goes up high and takes it away from Laurent. What a great play by Miller after almost making a terrible one just a few moments ago.
Yeah, made up for his earlier mistake, no question there. Did really well to get up and grab that right off the head of Matthew Laurent.
Asiedu brought it down, but not without his hand, according to the official.
He's going to get carded for it. Silly mistake. He didn't need to kick that ball away. But he did it at a moment where the referee was right there. Clearly, the Independents wanted to get the ball back in play as quick as they could. You're going to get a card for that every single time.
Right at the end of the first half, our first booking of the night. It goes to Anderson Asiedu for time wasting. Charlotte going to turn this stoppage into one last chance here in this first half. Bodies forward in droves. It's Monsali, who waits to deliver. His left-footed ball headed away by Williams. Herrera runs onto it. Herrera under intense pressure. Can't quite keep it. Arivo ushers it out of the corner, and that will be all for our first 45 minutes this evening. A left-footed deflected shot finds the back of the net. Birmingham Legion lead by 1 at the break. And Mike, based on the numbers that we have seen in front of us, that 1-0 lead probably well deserved.
I think so. When you've got 7 shots on goal, the other keeper has had to make 3 saves. He's bobbled a couple of balls. Most of the real danger has been for Legion FC. No doubt about it that they've been the more dangerous team, and that 1-goal lead, I think, is very well deserved.
Coming up, you'll hear from the goal scorer, J.J. Williams, in our halftime festivities, followed up by a look around the rest of the USL Championship. That all comes your way after a quick timeout. Birmingham Legion 1, Charlotte Independent 0. So far, through our first 45 minutes from downtown Birmingham tonight.
At Red Diamond, we've spent 112 years searching the world for the perfect beans. Your search will be considerably shorter. Red Diamond. Expect perfection. Available at a grocer near you. When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond. Available at a grocer near you.
What's going on, guys? Blake here with J.J. Williams, striker for Birmingham Legion, also Columbus Crew. And J.J., you've been down in Birmingham for a little bit. How does it feel to be back in the southern states for a little bit?
Oh, it's good. There's nothing like it. There really is nothing like it. I mean, it's great going and get that experience somewhere else, but, you know, being back home is always good.
You're an Alabama kid. You spent plenty of time in Birmingham, though, growing up. You played a lot of soccer here in your youth.
Right, right.
And with Vestavia, right?
Right.
When did you start playing soccer?
When I was 9 years old is when I first started, so a little bit later than most people, but.
Have you always been a forward?
No, I actually started, the first game I started, I didn't even know what their positions were. The lady Katrina who trained me all the way through, she told me that just go out, play, and I scored 2 goals that game. But then I first got into it. I was playing goalkeeper, center back, then I moved up in midfield, then I moved up to forward.
There you go.
It was just all around thing.
Spent some time in Montgomery and Birmingham, then you went to the University of Kentucky, and from there you were drafted by Columbus Crew in the Super Draft. How did it feel to be drafted by Crew?
It was amazing. I mean, Crew is a special place, especially with them, you know, keeping their program there this year, when it was on the way out. I mean, it goes to show that it meant a lot there as well. You know, everybody did everything they possibly could to keep it around, and that's a very exciting thing, especially when you go into an atmosphere like that. It's kind of a similar thing as here, you know. Like we had academy, and then it got taken away, and then we got this team now in this program. So a lot of people are getting behind that, and I'm really blessed to be able to play for 2 clubs, you know, where the community is really, really behind the team. So.
I was about to say, from one club to the other, Birmingham Legion, probably something that you would have loved to have had around when you were growing up playing.
Right. I mean, definitely, being able to have these guys either train or.
And now you're a part of the Legion Black and Gold here, at least for the next few weeks. You scored twice for Birmingham Legion, but you haven't scored here in front of the home crowd. So what's the celly going to be when you score here?
You're just going to have to wait and see. You're just going to have to wait and see.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. JJ Williams, striker for Birmingham Legion, guys.
It's Frater! What a hit! Crossing in, it's a goal! Keeps it better knocked away myself. Omar Salgado, the hometown hero.
Streaking run from Josh Suggs.
The cross keeps the winner! Another brace! Mower!
There's so much pride in this state. There's, I think, been so much pent-up demand in people who have just been looking for a way to shine and come through, and they're so capable. Some of the best people in the world live in New Mexico.
This idea was sort of born from that, why don't we have a section in our stadium that is devoted entirely to the underserved, the underprivileged, maybe kids who would never have the opportunity to come do this, or public servants in our community, firefighters, teachers.
It's really about uniting to the community. It's really about seeing positive outcomes for people. When I see a positive outcome for someone and I see someone start to believe in themselves more and understand what their capabilities are, it makes me feel so happy because I think oftentimes people aren't in a situation where they're able to really fully shine. And we have, individually, we have so much inside. It's probably so much more than we're even allowed or think we can give every day. So let's create a platform that gives and encourages giving and encourages community. And I think if we do that, we can make a real change.
For example, we have the YMCA coming, so we gave 75 tickets there. There was 150 tickets went to Herman Sanchez Community Center, and then the others went to other kids in the community that really would not have this opportunity.
But by the way, if it was gone and someone else wanted to get in, we'd make it happen. It's for everybody.
So it's a way to spread goodwill in our own community to the people who need it most.
It's not just about a game anymore. New Mexico's really out there making a statement.
We wanted everybody from Albuquerque to Santa Fe to the eastern and western corners of the state, southern. You're part of this team. You're part of this family. It's a movement really more than anything else, and we want everyone to know that they're a part of it. That's what our name means, United.
Welcome back to BBVA Field. There's a lovely shot of our halftime festivities right now in downtown Birmingham. Birmingham Legion FC 1, Charlotte Independence 0. As we welcome you back, Blake Gardner alongside Mike Evan. Time to see what's going on across the rest of the USL Championship this evening. Taking a look at our out-of-town scores. And let's start with that top right-hand corner as North Carolina FC do indeed take out Atlanta United 4-2. Dave Sarachan's squad back off and running on the right foot again. But one of the games of the week in the USL Championship, Nashville and Indy 11. Two teams near the top of the Eastern Conference, Mike, and Nashville making a statement early.
Yeah, that's a big statement. Nashville had a little bit of struggles a week ago, but they certainly are taking it to Indy 11 at the half, and that's certainly a battle for some of the top playoff positions in the East.
That game being played downtown in Nissan Stadium, I believe. Nashville on top of Indy 11. Early as we get a look at the table, there's Nashville in 5th, Indy 11 in 3rd. But right now, everybody chasing New York Red Bulls and Tampa Bay Rowdies, and it was Red Bulls, too, who got a big win over the Rowdies last night.
Yeah, again, that was a great result for the league overall. It lets everybody know that this is still going to be a battle down the wire. Tampa had a lot of good results in a row. New York letting them know that this season's not done yet. And so two really good teams had a good match. Red Bulls coming out on top with a 2-0 win.
And of course, Charlotte right on the edge of that playoff hunt. Birmingham Legion just off the screen, which is why this game, of course, so massive tonight. More news and notes around the league. Of course, USL San Diego, led by Landon Donovan, the U.S. soccer star, starting to take shape out there. That's a franchise everyone's looking forward to.
No question. That is exactly the franchise that everybody's looking to see what happens next. Landon Donovan, a great player. Someone who everyone in this country knows, at least in the soccer world. How does he put this team together? It'll be really interesting to see.
No doubt about it. Of course, Nashville made an acquisition as well, acquiring Lasso on loan, the FC Cincinnati defender. Of course, building one eye on this year's USL playoffs, the other eye on MLS in 2020. Here's the team of the week from this past week in the USL Championship. That's Laurent right there in the middle. Scored a goal against Atlanta United 2. Once again, finds himself winning an aerial duel, and Mike, you found the back of the net as well.
In that match last weekend, he was very good defensively. Certainly got noticed because of the goal that he scored, which really kind of iced the game at 2-0. Had a great week, and he's had a good performance so far tonight as well.
Certainly has. As we get a look at the rest of the performances tonight, at least on paper, here's what our first half stats look like. Legion with more of the ball, more of the shots, more chances on target, and in the end, that's why we said that 1-0 result at the half at least felt deserved.
I don't think anybody can argue with the result so far. It'll be interesting to see what this Independence team does. I know they've got to be talking about playing with a little bit more energy. Typically, they're a team that likes to press, but they didn't do that very often in the first half, and they've paid the price with Legion FC getting forward and getting lots of chances at goal.
And Legion, of course, one stat that's not on that scoreboard there, have won 66% of the overall duels so far through 45 minutes, certainly making a difference in the middle of the park. Still have time here at BBVA Field. Birmingham Legion FC 1, Charlotte Independence 0. We'll take a break. When we come back, the second 45 comes your way.
BBVA, transforming banking to put the world's opportunities in your hands. BBVA Compass is now BBVA, creating opportunities.
Coors Light is cold filtered for brightness and clarity. The world's most refreshing beer, Coors Light.
Welcome back to the Magic City. There's I-65 taking you right around downtown here in Birmingham, Alabama. Plenty going on and plenty to do on this Saturday night. But so far, the fans that have piled into BBVA Field have had plenty of fun. Birmingham Legion 1, Charlotte Independence 0 as Legion trying to go for their third straight win. All have come here at home, or at least the first two have. They're going to try to make it 3 in a row in this second 45. Let's get a look at what we saw in that first 45 minutes of action. It was Charlotte who had the best chance early. Hugh Roberts just missed the back post, Mike.
Yeah, really good set piece. Lost Matthew Laurent on the run around. Legion got lucky. Great deflected shot by J.J. Williams. Hit that ball really well. Even the deflection couldn't keep it out of the back of the net.
Third goal for J.J. Williams for Birmingham Legion. His first since his debut with Legion back in the St. Louis match where he scored a brace. That was back on April the 13th. Legion get a goal from Williams for the first time here at home. The Forge got an early start inside the half-hour mark as Legion got out front. So far, they've controlled more of the ball, more of the match, and have control of the score line as well, much to the delight of that Magic City Brigade. New side swap. Birmingham Legion will go left to right in the second 45. Charlotte will go right to left as you watch on your screen. Thanks for joining us, whether you're watching locally on My68 or nationally and internationally on ESPN+. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Getman. Glad to have you with us. And of course, shout out the Jack's House back in Queen City. I'm sure There's plenty of Charlotte Independence faithful who are hoping their team at least level this match here in the second 45, if not steal a result on the road. Charlotte trailed in the midweek against Atlanta United 2-1, I believe, after letting in 2 goals late in the first half. They came back to get a result from that one. We're hoping for a similar effort here in this second half tonight.
Well, this is a very experienced independent team. Being down 1 goal isn't going to rattle them, that's for sure. They've got an experienced coaching staff as well. So anybody who thinks that this match is done at 1-0 doesn't know this Independence team. But it should be a very exciting second half, as it looks like both teams are ready to go.
It'll be Charlotte to get things rolling. There's Matt Van Oekel, looking for his 3rd straight clean sheet. Didn't have too terribly much work to do. Made just the 1 save in the first 45 minutes. Charlotte hoping to trouble him more in this second half. Waiting for our referee, Laurent Varga, to give us the go-ahead.
I haven't seen it happen too often, but both teams were out on the field early, ready to go. I think both were excited to get the second half started.
Charlotte gets things rolling in our second 45, trailing by a goal. Here's Herrera. Out wide, Dominic Oduro. Oduro gets some width from Monsali. Monsali on his left, Irivo sends it out for a corner, and it's an early set-piece opportunity for Charlotte to open up this second half.
Charlotte has been good on set pieces all season long. They're a pretty big and powerful team, but they're also a very experienced team.
They've got some size in there. Hugh Roberts, who almost scored the opening goal in the first half, is at 6'4". Aaron Bond, the other center back, over 6 feet as well.
Duro's not a short man either. He's got some good size, and not just size, but they're aggressive players to the ball.
It's J.J. Williams who heads that away for Legion. And Daniel Johnson who runs on it. Johnson off and running. Waits for support. Gets some and tries to play the switch to Irivo. Doesn't quite get to it as Martinez brings it down. Asiedu with his first touch of the second half. He, the recipient of the match's only caution to this point. And it was very late in that first half of action. Johnson goes down after a little tug from Herrera.
Yellow card came because he made a mistake kicking the ball away when he really didn't need to. There wasn't a need for him to delay the game there. But other than that, I don't think he's done a thing wrong tonight. He's had some great touches on the ball. He's played with very good composure. He's defended well. He's had a very good match so far.
Here's Asiedu, the man we're mentioning. 32 minutes he played last weekend against Atlanta United 2 in his Birmingham Legion debut. Lopez all the way back to Kyle Fisher. Fans, don't forget you can get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Birmingham Legion or Charlotte Independence and click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on your team's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Taku couldn't quite keep it. Neither could Martinez in what has turned into a very crowded middle of the park. Here's Irivo going the other direction. Irivo cut it inside, now looking back outside for Daniel Johnson. Lopez couldn't keep it in play. So Martinez, been a relatively quiet night by his standards. For the most part, he's been held in check by this Legion defense. Charlotte trying to see if they can get him in more space here in the second half as Culbertson clatters in to Joel Johnson. The foul is given.
I think Asiedu has done a really good job in that defensive midfield role. He's slowed Enzo Martinez down. It'll be interesting to see if they maybe move him a little bit wider. Tough tackle by Kyle Culbertson.
Culbertson, the only man on the field that's got to be careful. His next caution will result in yellow card accumulation suspension. Monsale's cross is deflected by Erivo. All the way back to Aaron Mond, who spent plenty of time in MLS with RSL, Toronto, and Vancouver. Erivo does well to turn against pressure and find Asiedu. Johnson, a flick out wide to Kyle Culbertson. Nice find inside, Asiedu off and moving. Asiedu for Lopez. Lopez towards the back post, headed away by Johnson.
Great service by Mikey Lopez. An early cross, trying to find Brian Wright at the back post. Didn't quite get there, but definitely caught the defense by surprise. He took a touch and served a terrific ball in.
Lopez making his first start tonight, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, at right back, the usual holding midfielder. Playing right back tonight with Femi Hollinger-Jansen in the 18, but not healthy enough to provide a full 90 this evening. Here's Taku. Taku moving forward with space. Out wide to Johnson. Culbertson cuts it off and cuts it out. Good work by Culbertson. Finds Johnson, middle of the park. Johnson turns, taken down. A harsh challenge from behind by Oduro. Referee doesn't go to his pocket. Johnson opts to play the free kick quickly.
That was definitely a professional foul. Oduro got spun and he knew he was in trouble. He did what most pros will do. He just took the man down. He was willing to take the card there, not to let him just run at him, but referee decided not to show the card.
Out wide, here's Alex Martinez. Connecting with Herrera. Martinez forced backwards to Kevin George. Reshuttles out wide, Taku. Taku plays nicely to Herrera, top of the area. Almost fell to Martinez. Erivo gets it away. And now perhaps a chance to counter as Williams wants to play quickly towards right. Nicely done by Hugh Roberts to get up and cut that out.
Really good ball by Erivo, but Roberts even better in the air, winning that ball and clearing it out of trouble.
Switch played across the park to Monsale. He sends Oduro into the area. Into Martinez against Fisher. Martinez goes down, as does Fisher, and the foul is going against Legion, much to the crowd's dismay.
That just looked like two players battling for the ball to me. I think Martinez did a nice job of leaning in and then throwing his arms out to the side as he lost that battle. It's hard for a referee to tell who instigated the contact there. This time the call goes against the bigger man.
As we get ready for the free kick, fans, don't forget to tune into ESPN 3 on July 31st at 8 o'clock Central Time for a Wednesday night soccer contest in the land of enchantment. Two of the USL's newest club battle for playoff position as El Paso Locomotive FC travels to New Mexico United. See it all July 31st at 8 o'clock Central Time, Wednesday night soccer on ESPN 3. Monsale's left-footed delivery headed away by Culbertson. And a run down by Taku. Taku still with bodies forward, opts to take it as a throw. Leaves it for Johnson. Taku back to Johnson. Johnson provides service. 5 white shirts await in the area. Taku's cross gets all the way through, almost fell to Oduro. Here's Erivo, who dribbles away from the central part of the park. And finds Daniel Johnson. Well done by Erivo and Legion to break a bit of high pressure.
We talked with Coach Jeffries earlier in the week. He talked about how a lot of their success in the last 8 games has been in their ability to put teams under pressure, cause turnovers. We didn't see much of that in the first half. I think they were maybe trying to conserve some energy, but we're seeing much more pressure from them this second half, and they've created chances. This is the 3rd set piece opportunity that they've created off of pressure. they've been dangerous on every free kick they've had so far tonight.
Enzo Martinez drawing another free kick opportunity, this time more of a shooting chance from give or take 30 yards away or so.
And these two teams played earlier in the season. The first goal and the third goal came off of set-piece opportunities, so we know how dangerous Charlotte can be. Legion need to be careful giving away free kick after free kick. They're going to get punished eventually.
Monsale with a left-footed chip over the top. It gets to the back post, but a whistle will stop this play and blow it dead as Erivo was bowled over by, I believe, Aaron Mond on the back post.
Erivo is a really good midfield player. He's known for his skill and his composure on the ball, but that was some excellent defending. He got fouled because his body position was perfect. He kept himself between the man and the ball. There's no way he could get to it without pushing him out of the way. Great defending by Zach Erivo.
Van Okel still with that clean sheet as we approach the hour mark from Birmingham, Alabama tonight. His side still in front. Wright couldn't quite keep it. Culbertson wins it back. Here's Johnson. Once again, Erivo. Lopez provides the width.
Mikey Lopez at the right back. He's taken every opportunity to get forward, and that has helped turn Dominic Oduro into a little bit more of a defender than an attacker. One of the most dangerous players in the league has had to spend a lot of time chasing people down the wing.
Good combination there from Lopez and Johnson. Lopez is free. Can Lopez get the cross away? He cannot. Good work by Monsale to track back. But it'll be a Legion corner upcoming as Dominic Oduro remains down right in front of the Charlotte bench. A tough challenge that preceded the corner between Oduro and Zach Erivo. Right now it looks like it was Oduro who got the worst of it.
I don't know if we'll see a replay of that one or not, but Oduro went in very hard on the tackle. Looks like he may have hurt himself a little bit in doing so.
Gingerly gets to his feet and heads to the touchline.
Yeah, he reached in between Zach Erivo's legs as Zach was spinning out of the tackle. I think his knee maybe got a little twisted in there, but looks like he's back up and ready to come back into this match.
Still by the fourth official, so Charlotte's still down a man as Kasim puts in a good delivery, headed away by Roberts, only as far as Asiedu. Asiedu thought about letting fly, instead plays it out wide towards Kasim. Kasim one-on-one with Martinez, another good ball in, flicked just towards Brandon Miller, who makes a clean catch. But it's J.J. Williams, who is face down right near the penalty spot. And it might have been a blow to the head, or at least that's what referee Laurent Varga is indicating.
A lot of tough tackles, a lot of players hitting the turf early in this second half.
So Williams receives some medical attention here in the 58th minute. Looked like Williams maybe on the follow-through of that header.
I think after Mathieu Laurent had also gone up for that ball in the air, and I think Laurent came down on J.J. Williams' leg and maybe twisted something as he landed on it. That looked like a little bit of friendly fire.
So Laurent will make his way to the touchline. Dominic Oduro back on the field for Charlotte Independence, so it'll be the Legion who played down a man momentarily. Both sides have all of their substitutes warming down each end line. Neither side has made a change just yet. We'll see how long that remains the case as we get one more look at Williams in the area.
See right there as Laurent stumbles into the legs of J.J. Williams, and that seems to be where the trouble started.
Brandon Miller will restart play, and J.J. Williams will slowly jog out, make his way back onto the pitch as well. So both sides back to full strength. With almost exactly a half hour left. Charlotte still looking for a breakthrough. They've looked a bit more dangerous going forward thus far in the second half. Can they turn it in to a goal to level this match? This looks dangerous, and how Dominic Oduro did not put that in is tough.
That's a big miss right there for Charlotte Independence. You got one of the most experienced forwards in the league. Ball played right to his foot. Somehow just couldn't quite get on the end of it. Legion FC escaped.
Fantastic ball across by Monsali. And Oduro would like to have that finish back. It is another Charlotte corner. Monsali will try to find another terrific delivery. Curving ball. Roberts got a piece. Van Oekel got a piece as well. Still loose as Wright sends it away.
Another big save from Matt Van Oekel. That ball was destined for the back of the net. I'm not sure how he kept it out, but fantastic save. Really his first difficult play of the game.
Van Oekel was having to work around traffic right in front of him and was able just to get a glove.
Great header. Beats Oduro to that ball. Slaps it out of trouble.
And Legion able to win it in the corner. Kasim is off and running with Charlotte still with numbers forward. Kasim plays the switch to Asiedu. Good work by Joel Johnson. One Martinez connects with the other.
So far early in this half, it's been Charlotte Independence in possession and creating chances. Legion FC trying to catch them on the counter.
Asiedu finds J.J. Williams. It falls for Roberts instead. Alex Martinez. Kevin George. Taku switches to Monsali. Monsali getting a run from Martinez. Out wide Oduro. Oduro cuts it inside. Looking back post for Johnson. His centering ball goes all the way through to Daniel Johnson. But Charlotte certainly looking much more dangerous going forward.
Well, their decision to press and chase in the Legion half has created turnovers. It's created possession in this half of the field. It's made it easier for them to create scoring chances. In the first half, they were having to go 100 yards to get to the top of the box. This half, it's only been 20 or 30 yards that they've needed to go. One or two passes has put them in dangerous situations.
Fans, don't forget when you're busy shuttling kids to and from school, soccer practice, and everything in between, and don't always have time to cook a healthy meal many evenings, keep you and your family out of the drive-thru with Meal Fit, the official food sponsor of Birmingham Legion FC. Meal Fit makes life easier and healthier with delicious and balanced home-cooked meals prepared for life on the go. Speaking of on the go, here's Zach Arivo moving forward. Still Arivo towards the edge of the area. Able to maintain possession with a body draped all on him. Here's Johnson. Johnson out wide for Lopez. Lopez, a first-time delivery, is wide of everybody.
Too much mustard on that cross from Mikey Lopez, but another good attack. Zach Arivo doing a great job of holding the ball, keeping possession until support was able to come. Mikey Lopez just a little too much on it.
Legion certainly happy to have Zach Arivo back in the lineup. He was missing most of June out with international duty with Haiti, the 2019 CONCACAF Gold Cup. This is his third straight start since returning from that tournament. On loan from the New England Revolution in the MLS.
There have been a lot of things that have gone well for this Legion FC team in the last month. One of the biggest has been having all their players available to them, getting Zach Arivo back in midfield, getting J.J. Williams and Brian Wright back up top.
Here's Enzo Martinez. Enzo Martinez, a deflection just wide of the post. Almost looked like a leveler, and it would have been similar to the strike from J.J. Williams.
Another dangerous opportunity, another dangerous set piece here for the Charlotte Independence.
So we get a second look right off of Culbertson and just beyond that far post there.
That was very close.
And so Martinez takes this corner quickly. It's low and driven. Van Oekel able to parry it away with a right foot. Another corner coming as that bounced around a bit more than comfortable from a Legion perspective.
Charlotte has had some variation in their service.
Van Oekel comes out, two hands. Nice play by Van Oekel to come get that service.
They've served some bent, they've served some driven, they've served a couple low balls in as well. It's kept Legion FC guessing. Van Oekel did a great job on that one, just coming out and claiming the ball early.
Ansali is down again, this time in the middle of the park, and the referee asking for the trainer's assistance. As it looks like Charlotte are getting close to readying their first change of the night.
We saw Mansali holding his head after a tackle. I believe it was with Mikey Lopez in the first half. He was sitting down, shaking his head again here. He may still be feeling the effects of that collision in the first half.
Ansali makes his way to his feet, but Charlotte are just about ready to make their first change of the evening. As the fourth official gets his board ready at this stoppage here in the 66th minute. It's going to be Jake Orman, who is questionable in the injury report coming into the night. 23-year-old in his second year with Charlotte Independence will be the man who comes on for Abdoulaye Mansali. So from a Charlotte perspective, tough to see Mansali unable to continue, but good to see Jake Orman back and in action. 23-year-old from Freehold, New Jersey. Spent his college soccer career split between the University of Maryland and Monmouth. As Matt Van Oekel gets ready to restart play. Fans Birmingham Legion FC entrust the care of its athletes to UAB Sports Medicine Team, and you should too. All of our doctors are fellowship trained and have extensive experience caring for patients of all ages. Whether you're a weekend warrior or competitive athlete, come see UAB Sports Medicine so we can help get you back to your active lifestyle. Williams trying to hold off George, couldn't. And a foul is called against Williams. Charlotte trying to restart play quickly. Siadu punishes that attempt as he cuts out that would-be pass.
Good decision by Legion FC to hold this ball and keep a little bit of possession. They've been under a lot of pressure. One of the ways to change that is just to hold on to the ball for a moment or two, make the Independents chase you.
Here's Lopez, he finds Kasim. Kasim on his left, trying to get around Johnson. Couldn't quite do that, but he does win his side a corner.
That was great defending by Johnson. Prosper Kasim showed us his real change of pace there, but Johnson did a great job of getting a toe on it before Prosper Kasim could do anything with the ball.
Legion look like they're readying their first change of the night. Meanwhile, Charlotte not too far away from their second change of the evening. As Legion take their time to take this corner from the far flag. It's going to be Anderson Asiedu who will do the honors for the home side.
It's not every time you see a rookie and a player who's only in his second game with your club taking the set pieces, but it tells you how much confidence and faith they have in this young man.
Goes all the way through to Laurent. Lopez to Johnson. Johnson still with it, still Daniel Johnson, out wide for Mikey Lopez. Lopez a first time delivery. Kyle Fisher brings it down, couldn't quite turn it into a shot. And in the end, it's all the way out to Enzo Martinez. He gives it up to Johnson. Daniel Johnson with plenty of space. It's Daniel Johnson on his right. Still Daniel Johnson, his back heel finds Brian Wright. Wright towards the end line. His cross is a good one. Williams couldn't quite corral it.
Fizzed it in so quickly that poor J.J. Williams just couldn't do anything with it. It got there so fast. Great ball, just too much pace on it for J.J. Williams.
Now plenty of space for Orman here on this near flank. He connects with Dominic Oduro. Hopefully 1-2 between those two gentlemen. Orman one-on-one with Lopez. Orman's left-footed cross. Sent away by Fisher. Lopez dangerously done there, but Asiedu able to get to it first.
That's the midfielder in Mikey Lopez. Doesn't want to give up possession, doesn't want to just clear it away. Got away with it that time, but it was definitely a risky pass to make.
Orman under pressure, stays composed. Well done by him to keep possession. Here's Taku. Taku tried to send it back out wide. It was deflected, but eventually it did get there. Here's Enzo Martinez. Lopez leaves his feet and sends Charlotte another corner. And before that corner, both sides make changes. Who makes the first one? It'll be Charlotte, and it's Nikki Jackson who will make his second substitute appearance of the week. After playing just 4 minutes in the midweek against Atlanta United 2, he's going to come on here for Jorge Herrera, the 38-year-old. Will have his night come to a close here in the 71st minute. So Jackson comes on, the 23-year-old, on loan from the Colorado Rapids. As Martinez takes the corner. Lopez heads it away.
Great win by Mikey Lopez on that corner. It was a really good ball served in. He just beat his man to it to clear it out.
Joel Johnson comes up to take the throw. Takes it quickly. To Taku. Taku a driven ball. Fisher got maybe a foot to it. Here comes J.J. Williams. Williams plays out wide. Well done by Williams to find Brian Wright in space.
What a great ball. 40-yard pass outside of his foot, right onto the foot of his teammate. Really an impressive ball.
Wright sent a dangerous ball across the area, but no black shirts could get on the other end of it. Charlotte back the other way as this game has opened up over the last 5 or 10 minutes. Taku out wide. Alex Martinez trying to play over the top for Jackson. Fisher got there first.
Charlotte have done a really good job at getting balls wide and serving them into the box. It's what they like to do. It's how about 50% of all their goals come. But so far, the Legion back four have beat their man across every time and gotten something on it to clear it out of trouble. But it's happening again and again and again. And it just takes one moment, one good cross, one slip from a defender, and this game could be tied.
Good work by Orman to bring that one down as he connects with Aaron Mont. Oduro, middle of the park, Enzo Martinez. Got Taku to his right. Still Martinez, feeds Taku. Taku, Joel Johnson. Johnson to Martinez. Martinez gets it back to Johnson. Van Oekel with a dive, got a piece. Lopez gets it away from the mouth of goal.
Mikey Lopez did really well just to clear that out for corner. You, as a defender, you're taught to clear balls up the line, but if he'd have tried to play that ball forward, it was going to get knocked right back at him, potentially into the goal. Made a great decision to just toe poke it out of trouble, give up the corner, no rebounds, get a chance for everybody to get back defensively.
Quick thinking by Lopez, otherwise Alex Martinez was waiting. Orman delivers towards the back post, nobody home as Hugh Roberts couldn't quite get on the end of that one. And now Legion will make their first change of the evening as Eddie Apoku will come on for Brian Wright.
This is a change we've seen a couple of times. Eddie Apoku brings a great deal of pace, a lot of energy. He's a pretty technical player as well. Obviously, they're giving up a little bit of size, gaining some fresh legs and some pace. We'll see if he's able to add maybe a little bit of possession as well to this team.
So one striker for the other is the first change of the night for Birmingham Legion here in the 74th minute. Fans, don't forget Birmingham Legion is back in action here at BBVA Field on Back to School Night, presented by Pepsi when Legion FC returns on Saturday, August 17th. The face Memphis 901 FC. Kickoff is at 7, but Plaza festivities begin at 5:30. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com or on the Legion FC app. That's Saturday, August 17th at 7 p.m. at at BBVA Field, Birmingham Legion against Memphis, 9:01. Johnson trying to turn, held up by Martinez. Foul is given.
Referee did a nice job there. He didn't call the foul at first, trying to see if Johnson could get out of trouble. Once he lost possession, he blew the whistle for what was a pretty obvious foul.
Poku opts to play all the way back to Kyle Fisher with his first touch since coming on. About a quarter of an hour left tonight. Birmingham Legion cling to a 1-0 advantage. Charlotte still hunting for an equalizer and their first breakthrough of the evening. Daniel Johnson supplies pressure, comes up with the interception. It's still Daniel Johnson trying to find Kasim, who was a late run here. Kasim couldn't quite get on the end of it.
We saw that play last week. Daniel Johnson from a wide angle coming into the box. He did the same thing last week, gave up the ball when he potentially could have gone to goal and taken the shot. Second time he did that last week, he went to goal and finished it really nicely for the final goal of the match. So we'll see if maybe he gets one more chance at it tonight.
Mond. Towards Taku. Here's Nikki Jackson trying to turn. Lopez is there to supply some help, and here's Asiedu. Asiedu off and running, beat one man. Has Apoku with width. Eddie Apoku, his centering ball. Williams can't quite get there, and Miller is able to get it out of the air.
Another good attack for Legion. They've been very dangerous the last couple minutes.
Second look at that opportunity as Williams may have gotten a stud, but looked like a white shirt got more. Good work by Aaron Mond once again. Second substitution coming for Birmingham Legion momentarily as they'll take their time with this throw-in. Fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform earlier this year, the USL Academy, that allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. As Prosper Kasim will be lifted for Daigo Kobayashi, who started the first two contests of this homestand and will now make his third appearance here in the month of July.
I won't be surprised to see him slide in as a second defensive midfielder. Play with two defensive midfielders and let Daniel Johnson and Zach Ervo just run wherever they want to run.
So each side with one change left, as Charlotte used that final change with Valentin Sabella. It ends the night for Afrim Taku. So Charlotte now out of changes, and they'll have a throw-in as Apoku couldn't keep that in play. Valentin Sabella, quite the story. If you didn't watch any of the US Open Cup, Charlotte was upset in their first match in the tournament by the Florida Soccer Soldiers out of the UPSL. After a 119th minute goal scored by the guy that just subbed on for Charlotte, Valentin Sabella. After Soccer Shoulders were knocked out of the Open Cup, Charlotte went down and signed Sabella to the Charlotte Independence Club. This is his 5th substitute appearance of the year for Charlotte after playing 20 minutes on Wednesday against Atlanta United 2.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Charlotte has made all of their subs and relatively early in this match. After playing on Wednesday night, trying to get some fresh legs and some energy onto the field just makes sense.
Here's Kevin George. Hugh Roberts. Williams cuts off that pass, intended for Martinez. Williams goes down, referee, no foul given. Charlotte trying to play quickly. Independents haven't dropped a match since June 2nd. They went north of the border and dropped a contest 4-1 to Ottawa Fury FC. Since then, unbeaten in their last 8. They've got to find a goal over the next 11 minutes and change. As a foul is given, a late whistle, Daigo Kobayashi is called for the infraction with a little nudge on Valentin Sabella.
Back in early June, they changed coaches, changed formations, put some players in different positions, and they haven't looked back since. Tonight's the first time where they're in a position where they might come away with 0 points.
They have a dangerous set-piece opportunity here in the 80th minute. And everybody forward except for Joel Johnson. Martinez sends it over the top towards the back post. Williams got a flick to it, along with Nikki Jackson. And Aravo runs it down. Goal kick coming.
Good defending by J.J. Williams on that play. He's obviously known as a goal scorer and attacking player, but he's back helping out defensively and makes a big play to help keep the clean sheet so far.
Here's Coach Thompson, still with one substitution left at his disposal, should he opt to use it. As we enter the 81st minute of play. Legion fans, don't forget you can find all the Legion FC information in one place. That's the Legion FC app, available for download on both iOS and Android platforms. The Legion FC app, the only app that says hammer down.
Referee pointed the wrong way, confused both sets of players. He's got it right now, but Charlotte Independent's not happy with that change of calls.
Kobayashi finds Asiedu.
This is what Legion need to do. Just move the ball side to side, go forward if it's on, but you don't have to force plays forward. Make the Independents chase, make them burn up energy, and let some time tick off this clock.
Still with it, Asiedu, dribbling 30 yards across the middle of the park. Aravo runs down the second ball, but can't connect with Asiedu. Nikki Jackson is off and running, right at Kyle Fisher. It's Jackson heading towards his left. Fisher gets a cut in.
Asiedu gave that ball away, and then worked his tail off to get back and make up for it. Made a great defensive play, helping back. He even waved to the bench, saying, "I know, I'm sorry." Certainly Coach Sohn's heart was in his throat there for a moment.
Good work by Fisher at the back end as he got a piece of the ball, and Nikki Jackson got the last piece according to the official, as Van Oekel sends it deep to restart play. Here's Eddie Apoku. Couldn't get to Daniel Johnson. George out wide for Johnson. Sabella. Charlotte's got to push everybody forward over these last 7 minutes and change. Orman beats one man, beats Apoku as well. Trying to free Martinez instead. It's just another goal kick.
They've got to take some risks, play some balls that they might not otherwise, but they only need one moment. They've still got 7 minutes plus to find that one chance.
Charlotte have only been held scoreless once so far this summer. It was a 0-0 draw in Kansas City against Swope Park Rangers. As Jackson wins that duel. Martinez battling with Kobayashi, whistle, and it's going against Kobayashi. Martinez plays out wide to Johnson, the 26-year-old from Spain. Johnson against two black shirts. Culbertson ushers it out of play.
Good defending by Kyle Culbertson. But that's what Charlotte likes to do. They get it wide. They look for the opportunity to serve balls in the box. They've sent both of their outside backs forward now.
Here's Orman with the service. Fisher gets a right foot to it. Orman on one flank, Johnson on the other, both fairly high up the park, as that is out of play for just a Legion throw.
It's hard to stop a team from passing balls out wide and serving it in. You've got to defend the center of the park. So when that ball goes wide, it's all about the center backs and center midfielders beating their man across and making sure that they're in a good position to beat them to the ball when it's served. So far, Legion have done a fantastic job all night. Haven't let the forwards get on the end of any of those crosses.
Oduro in a foot race with Laurent. Laurent sends it away. And it's a throw in deep near the corner flag for Charlotte. Can Charlotte create a big chance here late? Kobayashi with the interception. He's off and running, as is J.J. Williams in front of him. Kobayashi centers it for Daniel Johnson. Johnson with time and space in the midfield. Still Daniel Johnson trying to play through Williams, not quite.
Wanted J.J. Williams to make a run across. He played the ball for him, but J.J. was trying to take his defender away and create space for Daniel Johnson to go to goal. That's one of those things where, even though we're past the midway point of this season, those two have not played that many games together, maybe 4 or 5 times, and so they're still learning what each other want.
Enzo Martinez. More width provided by Johnson. Gets a good run from Sabella. Sabella trying to cut it in against Daniel Johnson. Johnson sends it over the end line for a corner, and another opportunity for Charlotte to send bodies forward in droves.
These are the plays that make that substitution of a Poku for right a little bit scary, because you've given up a great deal of size on set pieces.
Enzo Martinez with the delivery towards the top of the 18-yard box. Laurent heads it into Daniel Johnson. Johnson evades one defender. Has absolutely no support running with him until Apoku, and now Culbertson down the other flank. Waits for Mikey Lopez. Lopez finds Apoku.
Daniel Johnson could have gone at the defense 1-on-3, but made a great choice to hold it up, let some time tick off, and wait for his teammates to come and join him.
Lopez's cross cut out by Miller. Comes out to collect. And quickly sends it deep towards Enzo Martinez. Culbertson wins the aerial duel.
Again, he's won a lot of those tonight. He's been really impressive in the air. He's not a very tall player, but he's won every head ball challenge tonight.
Legion have won over 75% of aerial duels this evening. Apoku is onside. Flag stays down. It's Eddie Apoku looking for a centering ball. Nobody home at the back post, though. Nikki Jackson against Laurent. Both men go down. Foul goes against Jackson.
Great defending by Matthew Laurent. Beat his man across. Nothing that Nikki Jackson could do other than foul Laurent. Not only is it going to be Legion ball, but another 30, 40 seconds is going to tick off the clock.
Just one yellow card this evening, although there have been 19 fouls. And based on the look we see there, it looks like that was the right call.
No question about it. Nikki Jackson just trying to desperately dive and reach for that ball, but Laurent had great positioning. No question about the foul.
Laurent gingerly to his feet. Legion, of course, in no hurry to restart play.
Good minute is ticked off the clock. I'm sure the official will put some time back for that, but lots of time ticking away without the ball even being in play.
Van Oekel pushes everybody forward. Been a few nervy moments, but more or less job well done tonight from Matt Van Oekel to this point.
First 20 minutes of this second half was all Charlotte Independence, and you would have thought that they were going to get their goal because they were having a lot of possession, creating chances. But as they've had trouble all season long, they didn't hit the target with most of those chances. They've only had 3 shots. Van Oekel's only had to make 2 saves. If you don't shoot the ball and if you don't hit the target, it's going to be pretty tough to score.
Jackson not on the same page with Orman and goes in for a throw. 4 precious seconds continue to tick off the clock. Lopez to Apoku. Apoku couldn't quite hold off Alex Martinez. Orman back the other way. Jackson couldn't poke it out towards Sabella. Lopez couldn't keep it in play.
Mikey Lopez going to get a card for kicking this ball away. Correct decision by the official. Mikey doesn't mind. He'll take the time off the clock is worth the card.
Second yellow card issued to Birmingham Legion tonight. Both have been for time wasting. Here's J.J. Williams into the run of Opoku. Leaves it for Erivo. Erivo around one man, couldn't keep his feet, and a foul is given as Enzo Martinez tracks him down.
Good sportsmanship by Enzo Martinez. He had to try to win the ball. Erivo spun him nicely and was gone. You can't blame him for trying everything he can, but certainly afterwards, good sportsmanship, giving Erivo a hand back up.
Kobayashi towards the chest of J.J. Williams. Opoku able to keep it against pressure. It's still Opoku. Opoku with a few step overs and is going to head in the direction of that corner flag, I would imagine. Opoku goes down a violent challenge, and that's going to certainly be Charlotte's first booking of the night. It is.
Well-earned foul, well-earned yellow card. Eddie Opoku made good decisions there. He was isolated by himself in the corner and realized the most valuable thing he can do is just hold this ball, waste some time, force the defenders to overcommit. That's exactly what happened, and another minute will tick off this clock. We're past the 90-minute mark now.
So Kevin George is the first booking for Charlotte Independence this evening, and it comes in stoppage time. Our stoppage time is brought to you tonight by UAB Medicine. There will be a minimum of 5 minutes of it.
Kevon George played a few games during his college career in Birmingham. I don't believe he's ever come away victorious in this state, so he'll probably be happy to head back to North Carolina tonight the way this one's gone.
George, a three-time All-First-Team Conference USA selection. As Opoku tried to play it off a white shirt. Instead, it's just a goal kick, which Charlotte want to take quickly. Brandon Miller hasn't had a whole lot to do in this second 45. Opoku, a tough challenge with Martinez, and it's going to go against Enzo Martinez. Or is it?
The referee pointed the wrong way again, confused himself, but he's made the right decision. Not sure it's a yellow card.
It's a yellow card against Opoku, as the referee originally pointed at a free kick towards Legion. Instead, it's a free kick for Charlotte and the third booking of the night for the home side.
Opoku saw the contact coming and tried to lean into it, but I do think he caught Enzo Martinez in the back. We'll see it here. Not quite shoulder to shoulder. The aggressiveness is what gave him the card.
Martinez takes the set piece. Good ball, man free. Jackson's header is over the bar. Nikki Jackson was able to break free of his mark, but couldn't redirect the header on frame.
Another good ball in, driven hard and firm. Somehow Jackson got free, but couldn't get it on goal. Legion escaped yet again.
Charlotte have looked much better in this second half, but still searching for a breakthrough. Time is running very, very low. Here's Enzo Martinez. Another opportunity going forward for Charlotte. Oduro is able to turn. Looking for Sabella. Opoku tracking back in defense, cuts it out. Opoku trying to hold possession. And a foul is given.
Coaches make decisions to take a player off and bring someone else on, especially late in the game. When you take Brian Wright, who's been your goal scorer, and he's also a big, powerful body, when you take a player like that off and you bring on a smaller player like Opoku, coaches are feeling a little bit of pressure to hope that that decision works out well. And so Eddie, working hard to get back and defend there, justifies some of the coach's decision making. that energy he brings late in the game. He's fresh, he's really quick, makes a vital defensive play to help the cause.
We're into our 95th minute of stoppage time. Once again, a minimum of 5 minutes added on by the officials. Can Charlotte find one more opportunity? Sabella. Good left-footed ball towards the back post. Van Oekel, a two-handed catch.
Great play from Van Oekel. Not only catching the ball and ending the danger, but now taking a few seconds off the clock, and then I'm sure he'll hit this as far as he can.
Didn't hit it as well as he wanted to. Barely got to the midway stripe.
Can Charlotte find one last chance?
Jackson.
Just a few seconds left.
Out wide into Martinez. Good delivery once more, but it's over everybody. Orman trying to run it down in the corner. Keeps it right in play in the flag, and it's going to be a corner coming for Charlotte, or is it a throw? It's a corner.
Given the corner, everybody coming into the box for Charlotte. One last moment.
Everybody but the keeper, Miller, forward. Van Oekel couldn't quite get there. It's headed over the bar. And that is all. Full time from our referee this evening. 3 points for Birmingham Legion. 3 straight wins here at home. And Legion are right back in the thick of the Eastern Conference playoff race.
Tommy Sohn shaking hands. He's not smiling as big as he ought to be. I think he's trying to hold it in, but 3 great results in a row. 3 really good performances in a row. 3 clean sheets in a row. As a coach, you can't ask for a whole lot more than that from your team.
There were some dangerous moments in the second half. Charlotte prodded and poked at this Legion defense, but in the end, they couldn't break through. Birmingham Legion's early goal stands up, and it's the difference tonight. As Legion avenged their early 4-1 loss in the Queen City with a 1-0 victory tonight in the Magic City. Final score, Birmingham Legion 1, Charlotte Independence 0. We'll take a timeout, wrap this thing up when we come back to BBVA Field.
At Red Diamond, we've spent 112 years searching the world for the perfect beans. Your search will be considerably shorter. Red Diamond. Expect perfection. Available at a grocer near you. When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond. Available at a grocer near you.
Prosper Kasim and the rest of this Legion crew certainly pleased with the fan support they've gotten all throughout the month of July. 3 straight Saturdays at home, 3 straight positive results for Birmingham Legion FC. Our final tonight, 1-0. Birmingham Legion over Charlotte Independence. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Getman. From a Legion perspective, quality scenes here at BBVA Field, and for the most part, a quality stat sheet to look at as well for the black and gold. They ceded more possession in the second half to Charlotte, but in the end, their defense held strong.
Good good job by the Independents in making it a game in the second half, but Legion with more shots on target, obviously got the goal early that they needed. Really a good, solid performance from start to finish for Legion FC.
We highlighted Charlotte perhaps dealing with a little bit of fatigue after playing a full, tough match against Atlanta United 2 on Wednesday. 65% of the duels go Birmingham Legion's way, 77% of the aerial duels. They had the midfield for the most of the night.
Yeah, they had the midfield, they had possession, but no question that winning all those balls in the air, 80% almost for Legion FC, that's huge. And for a team that wants to serve it in from wide positions and win balls in the air, the Independents just didn't win anything.
Another big win for Birmingham Legion puts them right back in the thick of the hunt for that playoff spot. Charlotte, meanwhile, stays above the line, but just narrowly. Here's what the Independents have coming up. A tough match at home against Louisville City, then road trips to Loudoun United and Indy 11, sandwich Nashville and Charlotte Battery. Charlotte still with plenty of opportunities to start a new unbeaten streak there in that upcoming 5-game stretch. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion, it gets pretty tough pretty quickly. A road trip, a double road trip, north of the border and then south into Florida against Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Lots of tough road games, but for both these teams, if you want to be in the playoffs, you got to beat some of the people in front of you. Legion FC did that the last couple weeks. Both of them are going to have to continue to do that over the next couple weeks.
Certainly will be the case for Charlotte Independents. Their 8-match unbeaten streak is no more. They'll try to start a new one next Saturday. There's head coach Tom Stone. Certainly looks relieved there on your screen, along with President and GM Jay Heaps, but they have to be extremely pleased with the way their side has bounced back on this 3-game homestand. 3 matches here at BBVA Field, 3 wins for Birmingham Legion FC, right back in the mix of the playoff hunt in the USL's Eastern Conference. It was JJ Williams who provided the difference tonight. Our final score, Birmingham Legion FC 1, Charlotte Independents 0. The copyright in this broadcast is owned by USL Productions, LLC. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of USL Productions is prohibited. For Mike Getman, I'm Blake Gardner saying so long for the Magic City, Birmingham, Alabama. We'll talk to you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.